Hi there, how's it going? I call myself Arly, of the not-so-famous Arly Pop channel where I play games and do other things, but I decided to try vlogging, podcasting, whatever you want to call this, video journal, something like that. And I just wanted to try it out, see how it goes, and I'm able to do this more frequently. It's, no editing and no fancy crap going on. It's just me talking to a camera in an empty room with nobody around, hoping that someone out there hears me. But yeah, so I wanted to try this out. I wanted to basically just bring up a bunch of topics that I thought were interesting, stuff about my life that maybe you people out there could relate to. This is the inaugural video for this new channel, which I have decided to call Arly Asks, because I'm Arly and I will be asking questions. But I will be answering those questions too, because it would be really stupid for me to get on a video, ask a question, and then the video's over. So I'm going to be asking questions to you to leave your responses in the comments below, but I'm going to be giving you some juicy tidbits out of my life too. So the first one that I have decided to go with is one that I find particularly interesting because I think about it and I really don't like. The topic is allergies, food allergies to be specific, and how people find out they have them. And how many of those people go to the hospital because they don't know they have an allergy. Now, my story is not one that involved the emergency room, thank God. It was more of a gradual discovery. But so anyway, I'm gonna tell my story, and my story is seafood. Well, not seafood, shellfish. I am allergic to shellfish, lobster, crab, clam, oyster, you name it, shrimp, mildly allergic. But I did not actually find out I was allergic until eating something so concentrated that it basically forced a reaction. I had been eating clam chowder. I had been eating crab cakes. I had been eating popcorn shrimp for, not frequently, mind you. It's something I indulged in every once in a while, but I did love the taste. And one day, I was like, I've been eating this crap, and I want to try something real high tier. So I went to a local fish market instead of like the grocery store, and I was like, okay, I want an honest-to-God crab cake. I want a crab cake with so much crab in it, because I've actually never had crab legs or anything like that. Like the shrimp, I guess, was fine, but I don't know. So I wanted an honest-to-God crab cake, and I got one, and I ate it, and, I brought it home, I ate it, it was good. It tasted good. I like crab. I like lobster. But maybe about a half an hour after eating the cake, I started feeling really just ill. I didn't I didn't get sick, I didn't vomit, nothing of that. I felt off, and then my throat slowly started getting just kind of scratchy, kind of sandpapery, and but that's it. Like, no anaphylaxis, or however you pronounce that. No emergency room side effects. But it was enough for me to be like, oh my God, like, I just ate a crab cake with real, like, high quality, concentrated crab, and it caused this reaction. And then it led me to think back, and I was like, oh, maybe these crab cakes I got from the grocery store are imitation, or something like that, something where, I was like, I like the flavor, but it wasn't giving me the crab throat, so to speak. which I knew this reaction well because I get the same thing from pistachios. So I kind of put two and two together, and I knew previously that I was allergic to pistachios. So I was like, okay, this is giving me this sandpapery throat, and it feels weird, but like it really did make me feel just like laying down and taking a breather for a good hour before it went away on its own. I didn't take any Benadryl or anything. I just lay down and it was fine. But it was a very discomforting situation. It was not something that I want to go through again, and I haven't since. I have not eaten any shellfish since. But that was essentially the moment I found out that I was allergic to shellfish, but I had been eating certain types of shellfish, this whole time, essentially years before having this crab cake. And what it made me think is that maybe because it was so, like, maybe it was another mild allergy, and this crab cake was so concentrated that it just really set it off in a bad way. But maybe, the couple of pieces of popcorn shrimp I would have at the buffet didn't really trigger anything. But now I've been like, oh crap, I don't want to even test it. So I just steer clear of it, which also sucks because I hate seafood, and shellfish is the only type of seafood that I've ever liked. And then to find out now I can't eat it. Now all seafood is essentially off the map because I've tried sushi and other stuff like that. I'll save the details of my my eating exploits for another video. But yeah, it was so weird that I had been basically not living off of, but semi-frequently having little bits of different types of shellfish here and there, and maybe I had the effects, but they weren't as extreme, and so I just completely ignored it, or didn't even like put two and two together, because it wasn't extreme, that I might have this mild shellfish allergy. And I started thinking about that, and I was like, how do other people find out? All of you guys out there who have allergies, how did you find out first? Because I've never had an actual allergen test. I've never gone to a doctor and gotten a bunch of needles stuck in me. I've only kind of found out that I was allergic to things by experience. But then I was like, man, the experience for like people like deathly allergic to peanuts must be awful because their throat closes up or they get hives everywhere. Like, that's gotta be horrifying. And also very, very curious because I want to know, do you guys have any weird stories? Anything that would be out of the ordinary? Any emergency trips that you took when any allergies that you developed? Because that's another thing that I'm going to add, is that pistachios I found out I was allergic to. Probably the first thing I ever found out I was allergic to was pistachios. And I just ate some, and I was like, sandpapery throat. I never really liked the taste anyway. I just ate some because they were offered to me, and I was like, okay, I just won't eat them anymore. But pistachios are related to all the other tree nuts, of which I can eat. I eat almonds, I eat walnuts, I eat coconut's a tree nut, but it's not technically like the same, Anyway, I eat and consume other tree nut products. Now, I used to eat a ton of products that involved cashews, ground cashews, cashew butter, cashews in a trail mix, etc. And that I know for a fact I was not allergic to in the past. And just this past year, I was eating I think it was called like a power bar or something, or it was like a refrigerated granola bar that was made with cashew butter. And I used to eat it like at least once a week. And then I ate it, and gradually, over the course of maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I started getting that sandpapery throat. And I was like, what the fuck? It's got to be something that is, a trace. Maybe it's a trace amount of pistachio or something. But then, I think what was it? I ate something that only had cashews. Like later on, after trying that granola bar, I was like, that's really weird. And then I had something else, a different kind of bar that only had cashews as its only nut, and it gave me a bad reaction. Not as bad as the crab reaction, but kind of like maybe 60% power of the crab reaction. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I have eaten cashews. I like cashews. I like cashew butter. What's going on? Why am I developing new allergies at 28? I'm going to be 30 now, so like it was like 2 years ago. But I was stunned, and now I steer clear of cashews, and I will definitely make some kind of doctor appointment in the near future to find out just what the hell I'm allergic to, because I've also heard that there are things that are part of the packaging process, so maybe I'm not really allergic to pistachios, but I'm allergic to like the preservatives or sulfites that they put in there to keep it fresh longer, stuff like that. It could be a lot of things, but I think with the cashews, it kind of drove the nail in deeper that tree nuts are probably something that my body is iffy about at best. Because, and almonds, I still can eat. I have eaten almonds recently, but now it's in my head. See, now it's like, oh, almonds, those are related. I don't know if hazelnuts are related, but like now whenever I see any kind of nut other than a peanut, because peanuts grow in the ground, I'm like, crap, is this gonna do something to me? So now I gotta like watch out if I buy a Cliff Bar, if I buy, any kind of thing that has a mixture of nuts and grains and seeds. I gotta read the stupid packaging, when before I was just like, hey, this looks like a good flavor, I'll buy it. And I've actually recently bought something. It was labeled as like almond butter, but it had almond and cashew butter, and I had to be like, now I can't eat this. And I bought it, and it looked like it was going to be really good, and now I can't consume it because I fear for the scratchy throat. So anyway, like I could go on and on about how angry I am with my body's decision to be allergic to certain good flavored foods, but I'm not going to, because it's not what this is about. What this is about is me sharing with you an experience that I had, and then I ask you, what are your experiences? What have you done? What experiences do you guys have with allergies? Is it something that just kind of gradually appeared? Have you ever started being allergic to something that you were never allergic to before? And most important question is, how did you find out you were allergic? Did you go and get tested early on in your life, or did you just eat something and chaos ensued? I want to know. So anyway, so thank you for watching this inaugural video of Arly Asks. I plan on doing this relatively often, possibly daily. We'll see. But I hope that this can be something that I can continue to do for a long time, sharing experiences and having you guys share experiences with me, and just vibing. But yeah, that's all I got for now. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.